So that new documentary, Fit for TV, which is about the show The Biggest Loser, the reality TV show, the weight loss competition show. You couldn't get away with that today, could you? Look, there's so many issues with this show, and we know that now. We look back on it. Now, I never watched the show. I was not a fan of the show. So I have no vested interest in this at all. But what I can tell you is this documentary does a couple things really well. One, it definitely leans into explaining to you the show's unhealthy and unstable ways that they went about having people lose weight, and also shows the desperation in these people and how much they really wanted help. But what I really took away from this, with all the interviews, and they do interview Bob, they interview a lot of the contestants, they interview the producers and the creator, which is great. And they also interview the main doctor that was a part of the show for many, many years. All of that is wonderful. And I think that piece of interviewing the creator, who, by the way, still stands by the show, and the other producers still stand by the show, even with its problems. They say that their intent wasn't always to be good. But, when you look back on some of the stuff that they were doing, which I didn't know some of this stuff, again, because I didn't watch the show, like them doing challenges with like donuts in their mouth and passing the food along. This is just so embarrassing for people but again, they're so desperate for the help. They don't see that. They don't see that their dignity has now been lost because these people are making a joke. They're the butt of the joke. Like, I don't care what you're saying. They were a butt of a joke for the mere entertainment of America. And another thing that it does is it talks about the psychological manipulation and the abuse that was happening. And you see that now, like when you look back on it, and even for people that watch the show and enjoyed the show, I'm hoping that now you go back and you're looking at these clips and you're like, what the fuck was I thinking watching this show? Or even, saying that I liked it or enjoyed it, because it's really, really troublesome. And one of the things is that these people desperately need help, but you don't know what they're dealing with inside. And a lot of this does stem from that. We know for a fact that trauma and these sorts of elements and problems cause people to have eating disorders and have problems with obesity. I will tell you, I know this for a fact from my own experiences, right? So we know that. So when someone's yelling at you and doing all this stuff and being abusive towards you, this one girl is actually explaining that. Several of these people that were on the show is explaining how it brought them back to why they overate to begin with. So a lot of the tactics, specifically from Jillian and Bob himself, and Bob was kind of laughing a little bit within his interview sometimes, and I thought that was cringy. He definitely probably can reflect a little bit on this and say, hey, some of this stuff was wrong, but he was kind of smirking a little bit in some of his interviews where I thought was a little inappropriate. This also leans into the idea of entertainment versus one's well-being. We see this all the time in reality TV. I think more so reality TV in general is getting a little bit better with that. But early on in reality TV, we didn't understand that. And we didn't understand one's well-being and what really maybe producers need to lean into. And finally, it just talks about the weight loss culture in general here in America. And that's the broader picture with all of this. You are able to see that a lot of the people that were on the show gained the weight back. I would probably say majority of them gained the weight back. They also go into talking about the weight loss drugs now, and some of them now say that they have used them, that they are doing that instead now, and which is, good, glad. Get healthy, however you need to do that for yourself. So overall, it was an interesting documentary. I'm not rating it. I'm not giving it a rating because I don't feel good about it. I don't feel good. Overall, the doc is an interesting documentary. It has a couple episodes, and it's an important watch is what I'm saying, is that, hopefully we can see this when we see this presented to us on television, we're able to see it sooner versus 22 seasons or how many ever seasons they had. They had a lot of, maybe it was 17 seasons or something like that. But hopefully we catch it sooner than we did with a show like this.